Hello and welcome. Today is Saturday. It is the 10th day of September 2016. Let's take a look at the daily and the weekly chart for the silver markets. And to say that this chart is becoming a mess would be an understatement. I'm now at the stage where as long as this trades within the range of $18.50 and $20.75, it's going to be very much choppy and neutral to say the least. As I've talked about, this failed breakdown, and oftentimes when you have a failed move of this type of nature, fast move in the opposite direction, well, there's going to be a failed move one way or another, because if it's not this and here, then it's going to be the rally that occurred on Friday and then the Labor Day holiday as well that got it above this 18 average, well above that, of course. And support doesn't hold within this band area, then breaking of this key level, it could be a decent sized drop, even close to around $2, which would be supported within the weekly time frame when we go over it. Let's just talk about a few different key little points. One, you have a huge rally like this. So when that's the case, you are expecting a higher low. Boom, there's your higher low. It's not always that is the case, but it's pretty much a guarantee. So now the question is, when you make a higher low, if you want to continue this bullish trend, you're going to have to make a higher high at some point. And if a lower low or lower high comes in, which is followed by a lower low, well, then that's basically going to be moving into bear market territory. And let's even shorten it out, saying the same thing again. When you have a situation going from here to here, that was a pretty decent sized down move. So you're expecting a lower high, which was the case. Now the question is it going to break down below here or above here? Because once you get that expected move, which in this case was a lower low, then the next prediction can oftentimes be very difficult to try to determine to which side it's going to play out towards. Let's move this. Well, before I move to the weekly chart, one more key note that I want to go over is when support or resistance is not found when you expect it to be so, sort of like within this key level, using Fibonacci from this high and this low. It was met this morning at around 7:30, maybe 6, I don't know, in the morning. But it only held for about an hour, hour and a half before breaking through, and then all day just moving down towards the next one, the 61.8%. So here we are now. Will it be support? It should be. But even if it is, it could be support bullishly and bearishly. Bullishly, of course, is just going higher. Bearishly is making a lower high and then going lower, of course. And if this area isn't support, then you'd be looking for a fast move down below here. But again, with that being said, as long as you're in that range of 18.5 and 20.75, it's going to be very choppy and difficult to determine action, thus moving into a neutral neutral stance. So here we're on the weekly chart, making all of these higher lows within the 18 average band, and nothing to break its trend. It's the rate of ascent has started to slow down a little bit, but it hasn't broken the trend anywhere near as of yet. But a break of this level of support, well, then here we are. We're standing at that 1663, which from where we stand now would be a drop of about 2.5. So that would be about a 12-13% move from this point if, of course, the failed breakout is going to be coming into play. And breaking above here, well then, as I mentioned before, you got the 22.5, which is the first key level, but really there's not much resistance on the range of 22 to about 25 overall. And it wouldn't be a surprise if it wasn't much when that time comes, but that's a long ways away. And of course, I want to go over a few key points. I got a few seconds to talk about something else, and the Federal Reserve is on Facebook. Facebook.com/Federal Reserve. A lot of interesting comments to the posts that they have put out, as many people who have posted are aware of the fraud, and there's a lot of them could make you laugh, actually. So really cool to see, and the people who have been posting the greatest documentary that explains how money is made and how the scam of the Federal Reserve and the central banking systems around the world is shown many times, which is on the Federal Reserve page. So thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a magnificent day. Bye-bye.